Hey there, Blood Goblin fans. Pepper here. This is a little excerpt from the Good Morning Toy World podcast, which is a podcast I've been doing for a number of years with my co-host Tony. I just wanted to tell our toy collecting community about the project, but I thought it might be a good little clip to put here for you guys to listen to. So I hope you enjoy. Fair warning, if you go and seek out the Good Morning Toy World podcast, it is incredibly vulgar. After, nearly a decade of doing it, it has devolved into relative insanity. So here is the clip. I am going to do a Blood Goblin update.
Yes, okay, because we haven't talked about... Have we talked about Blood Goblin on the podcast yet? I feel
a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so now it's an actual official thing that you can kickstart, as you should. But I'll let you do your thing. Take it away.
Okay, so...
DM.
People tuning in, if I clip this and put it on the Kickstarter page, full disclosure, this clip is from a podcast that I do. I am the host of this show.
Yeah.
It's the platform in which I can tell people about things. So I might clip this and put it on YouTube. I think is what I might do.
And I'm going to be in the background of it, ruining it for you.
No, you're not ruining it. You're my rotten soldier. Yeah, so Curse of the Blood Goblin, at the time of this recording, is, I think, at 40% funded.
Hell yeah.
Which is great.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. It's been great. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the game, the concept is sort of a, streamlined, simplified version of a generic, not Dungeons and Dragons fantasy world. Yeah. Where there are curses and there are goblins and everything kind of sucks. There's blood. But yeah, the whole point was to give people something where, it's not complicated rule set. It's roll a handful of d6s. There's a threshold for success. You succeed or you don't. You move on and crawl through some dungeons and be a wizard or a rogue or a warrior. Those sort of iconic fantasy archetypes. And play in a grim and awful world that isn't too dissimilar from our own.
Yay, but with goblins.
But with goblins.
And blood.
But yeah, no, it's been great. It's been really good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I can buy more art because right now the Kickstarter serves to sort of just pay myself back for all of the art that I purchased for the game, which is cool. I did it willingly, I did it knowingly, and I was like, I want this thing to look a certain way. I've got a vibe. Let's do the thing.
It's cool that you're paying artists to do stuff instead of just punching in prompts into an AI generator.
Oh yeah, that is kind of the way that people have been doing things. Yeah, I definitely wanted human hands to draw the goblins, although using an AI I guess would have been a lot more affordable.
No, don't even think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't use the excuse of my Kickstarter goal is $3,000 for art if I'm just typing what is it Dungeons and Dragons style
hyper-realistic
hyper-realistic
80s movie
ArtStation trending. No, it's been great. So if any of that, what I just talked about, if you're listening at home, Good Morning Toy World fans, if any of that sounds cool to you, if you want to support the project, I would greatly appreciate it. The physical version is a thing. The digital version is also a thing, and I'm opening it up now to look at the project. There is a slightly cheaper version for the early adopters.
Is there?
Yes, so 6 people can get this project digitally. There's 6 slots left for the early adopter package, which is $5. You get a PDF of the game, and you also get an STL file of a 3D printable Blood Goblin.
Holy butts.
Yeah. And then once that's gone, there is the same package, the digital package, which will be $10. 4 people actually backed it at $10 because they wanted to give me more money, which is kind of cool. Nice. So I appreciate that, whomsoever you are. And then it's $40 for the physical version, which will be a printed book as well as the digital file for the Blood Goblin. And all of those prices are in Canadian. So if you're in the States, it's free basically.
Yeah, pretty much. You just get it for free. Hey, say if you wanted to do a quick sample of this game to see if it's more your speed, is there a way that you can do that?
Oh my god, you are the best. There is a way you can do that. If you go to www.bloodgoblin.com, you can get your hands on the quick start version, which has, the base set of rules to get you going. At the end, there is some story prompts to get a story going if you need help in that department. All the classes are there. Some of the spells are there. Some of the bad guys are there. There's a little sprinkling of art in there too. It looks pretty damn pretty. I feel like I'm very proud of the layout and how it turned out. Shout out to my other rotten soldier, Jeremy, for formatting that and making it look good. Give the quick start a try and you'll be like, hey.
That's amazing. Now, how much does that cost to the person who's listening to this right now?
Oh my god, you are the best, Tony. It is free. You can play now for free.
How much?
Free, $0.
Free?
Yeah.
Wow. So that's not even $50 Canadian and
No,
free American. That's free for everybody.
It's free for everybody. So if you like the free thing, you can give me money for the not free version.
And not in a guilt trip way, but a little bit in a guilt trip
Not
way.
in a guilt trip way, but in a, I spent a lot of fucking money on art, and there's no takesies backsies because those invoices are paid, sucker.
Don't be a freeloader, buy the physical copy like I did.
And I got to work with a lot of great people. So Johan, shout out to Johan. He's a wonderful tattoo artist and toy maker. He makes toys under the moniker of Death Cat Toys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Check his shit out.
Johan fucking rules. I got to work with the Glowing Ghost. Tristan is a digital sculptor whomst sculpted.
Shout out to Glowing Ghost, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, so I got to work with great people, and I want to continue to work with these great people. So I think one of the early unlocks is more STLs, and then one of the later unlocks is more art. But at this point, just funded. That's what I'm going. That's the mission of the goal. Get it funded.
You got this. You can do this. We believe in you.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I personally am very excited to play a very, straightforward version. Because, I've played my fair share of D&D games over the last few years. And I will be the first to admit I fucking hate having to, constantly, go through shit and, try to figure out if my thing actually does what it does, or if I'm adding the things up correctly. And I'm sure the DMs that I have are also annoyed with my lack of just getting it.
Right.
TM. So sometimes a little bit more straightforward is a little bit more accessible for people. But I also feel that there's gonna be enough extra bits in there to make it fun for everybody, even the ones that do love the real crunchy number math nerd bullshit.
Yeah, they can just play wizard, which is not particularly more complicated, other than you have more spells that you have to reference, whereas sword swingy guy just swings swords. So
yeah. So that's picking Charmander essentially, is being the wizard. It's the unofficial hard mode.
Yeah.
I like it. Like it a lot.
Yeah, it's been great. The response has been great. So if that's something you're into, check out the quick start for free on bloodgoblin.com, or there's a link there for the Kickstarter, and you can back the project and back the physical, because if 30 people back the physical, we're fucking rocking and rolling.
Nice. I'm personally excited for the physical, because I love me some even weird role-playing books are just fun to have physical copies of. I remember flipping through some old copies of GURPS, and just that nice tactile, just it feels right. So get what you can get if that's what you can get. Even if it's just the freebie quick start version, this is not gonna cost you anything except for maybe a little bit of RAM on your computer. And just print off the pages at work when no one's watching.
Yeah, Tony doesn't know the difference between RAM and hard memory, but that's okay. We love him for
I
that.
never said I did. That's why I play Sword Swinger.
Yeah. I'm stoked. I'm pumped on all of it. And one mission I've given myself, even if the Kickstarter does not succeed, if we don't reach our funding goal, I know kind of all of the backers kind of, scatter to the sea, and like I never see those people again, or and no one gets dinged. It vanishes and the project dies. Even if something terrible happens and it doesn't get funded, I'm going to finish Blood Goblin. That's been a goal for myself. So if everything fucking fails, I will still finish Blood Goblin. I will format it. I will complete the game that I started making and publish that version of it. I'll probably just put it up on like Drive-Thru RPG for a couple bucks kind of
Well,
thing.
that's not going to happen because it's going to get funded and it's going to be great.
I'm feeling pretty good about it because we're a week in and we're almost halfway. So
that's a really good sign, I think. So
feels good.
I'm very excited. So if you haven't checked it out already, please do. Jump on the early bird if you can, or just download it if you want and give it a shot. And then, try before you buy is always nice. And also share with your friends if you can. Let your friends know. Curse of the Blood Goblin. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Man, my hype man. My rotten soldier. So, do we want to talk about toys that we got, or do we want to answer questions, or what do we want to do? Thanks for listening. If you wanted to seek out the Good Morning Toy World podcast, it's on all the usual platforms. And if you want to play the Quickstarter, go check out bloodgoblin.com.